but to praise. Joffrey Lebowski, called, yet not called, except by that which we call a knave by any other name might bowl just as sweet. Lebowski then did call himself the Knave, a name that I, your humble course, would not self-apply in Homeland's mind. But then, this knave was one from whom a sense of burden was to extract, and in the arid vale in which he dwelt also disliking sensibility. Mayhaps the very reason it inspires me to odes. In couplets first, and then a sonnet brave, as prologue to the tale of this knave. Behold him then, a tumbling soft in the sand, to pledge his love, immortal to the land. We stray now from fair Albion, and from France, and see no queen embody songs and cheers, and in an angel's city take our chance. For stupefying tales take our ears, to war on Arab kings a coast we go, needing a man at times, though hero not. Hear me say not a hero? What's in a hero? Sometimes there's a man, your prologue's thought. The knave, though scarcely a man of honored grace, nor a god Olympian, nor yet employed, was for all his time and place a man who befits the circles he enjoyed, a man of lazy ways, of epic sloth. But losing train of thought, I've spake enough.
Whither the money, Lebowski? Whither the money, Lebowski made? We are as servants to Bonnie Fair, promised by the Lady Good that thou were in turn good for it. Whither the money, Lebowski?
Curse be our bond. Curse be we forgive thee.
Let us dunk him in the chamber pot so as to turn his head.
Aye, see what vaporizes, then you will see what is foul.
Thou hast cooled thy head. Now think upon drier matters.
Speak on ducats, else again will thee duckest. Whither the money, Lebowski?
Faith, it awaits down there someplace. Really let me guess again.
Trifle not with the fury of two desperate men, Lebowski.
What, thou rash egg? Thus we'll drown thine exclamations.
Long thy wife made a promise to Jacques Treehorn, and if blood is to blood, so thou owest to Jacques Treehorn in recompense. Whither the money?
Rise and speak wisely, man. But hark, I see thy robe is woven in the Orient. I like a treasure from abroad, I like it not. I'll stain it thus. To deadbeats ever thus.
Sir, pity me.
Now thou seest what happens, Lebowski, when the agreements of honorable business stand compromised. If thou wouldst make money as water, flowing as the gentle rain from heaven, why thou knowest that water begets water. Hither the money. Pray remember, Lebowski.
Thou heiress, no man calls me Lebowski. Hear rightly, man, for thou hast got the wrong man. I'm the knave, called the knave, a knave in nature as a knave.
Thy name is Lebowski, thy wife is Bonnie.
Zounds, man. Look upon my unworthiest little hand. No gaudy gold profanes my little hand. I have not honor to contain the ring. I am loath to take a wife, and she to take me till men be made of some other metal than earth. Behold this place. Are these the towers where one may find Joffrey, the married man? Are these the courts where mistresses of common sense are to be hid? Not for me to hang my bugle in invisible baldric, sir. Hark, hark, hark. The lid of my chamber pot be lifted.
Search his satchel. His words are a fantastical banquet to work pell-mell havoc and confusion upon his enemies. There sits 8 pounds of proof within.
Villainy, why this confounded orb such as men used to play at ninepins? What devilry these holes in Trinity?
Obviously thou art not a culprit.
Then thou art man to carry ball in his sack? I pray return thy ball to earth. Thy floor cracks in haste. Thou art not a man of ample foundation. Woo
Speak, friend, I am brother of Charley.
Was this not a man of monies and repute? Did not Jack Treehorn speak of Chalcedony halls and 3 chests of gold, such as was hard food for Midas? What thinkest thou?
Oh, undistinguished man, we have been deceived. He carries not money in his purse.
Weep not for griefs of my own sustaining, sir. At least I'm housebroken. Not one to break the houses of others.
If dog you are, then you will have your day. Waste time not, but Jack Treehorn, you will pay.
In sooth, then, faithful friend, this was a rug of value. Thou would call it not a rug amongst ordinary rugs, but a rug of purpose, a star in a firmament, in step with fashions alike to the Whitsun Morris dance, a rug of consequence, sir.
It was a rug of consequence. Verily, I should think it tied the room together. Brought forth its qualities as the sweet lover's grass doth the morning dew, or the rough scythe of autumn, the first of autumn's harvest. It brought all 4 sides of the room together in equal quality, making substance of a square. In geometer's cap, a great reckoning in a little room. It transformed the room from the space between 4 walls presented to the very harbor of man's monarchy.
Indeed, it was a valued rug. An estimable rug. An honored rug. Oh, unhappy rug that should live to cover such days.
On what dost thou speak that tied the room together, O knave? Take pains, for I'd well hear of that which tied the room together.
Didst thou attend the knave's tragic history, Sir Donald?
Nay, Sir Walter, I was a bowling.
Thou attends not, so thou hast no frame of reference. Thou art as a child, wandering and strutting amid the groundlings as a play is in session, heeding not the poor players, their exits and entrances, wanting to know the subject of the story, asking which is the lover and which the tyrant.
Come to the point, Sir Walter.
My point, knave, there be no reason, if sweet reason doth permit, in enlightenment's bower, and reason has stated thou art the worthier man.
Yes, Sir Walter, state the fulcrum of thine argument.
My colleague, though unframed and unreferenced, speaks plain and true. That these toughs are those at fault, we're agreed. That I stand wounded, unrevenged, we're likewise agreed, but you circle the meanings unconstantly, like blunted burrs unstuck where you're thrown.
I speak of aggression, most unchecked. As crowned heads of state once spoke of Arabia.
Arabia, then we have put a girdle round the earth. On what does Sir Walter speak?
Cast it from thy sieve-like memory, Sir Donald, thou art out of thy element.
I know not of your element, I shall know more hereafter.
Wherefore was I cursed to minister only to congregations held in deafened pits? I must hobble my speech. Of elements, sir, a doctor of physic did once explain that all earth is province elemental. As sure is steady as the stone wall foursome, a holding up the knave's roof, tied together. By the power that we spake on our traffic, unmarred by rough and idle chatter. And the complexion of the element in favors like the rug that ties together the room thusly. O muse of fire, first element, airy breath the second, though this wind may well be yours for all you flap your tongue, Sir Donald, O ill-dispersing wind of misery. Thou hast no wings, and liable to plunge, you fit not foul, yet foul your interruption. Fish for facts, yet fish you cannot be. So water, elemental third, you are not. How much salt water has been thrown away in waste? Of earth, no woman left on earth will have thee, no man of middle earth will tend thy land, and so you may wander the plains as to a lonely dragon, I care not.
Good sir, speak plain. I do not traffic with these villains. Surely I could not present the man of Orient birth who so abused my rug and demand a rate of usance like to which he spent upon it. So, good sir, speak plain.
My words are plain. I speak them straight and true. The man of Orient birth be not the issue.
The Orient, Sir Walter?
I speak of aggression. I speak of truths in desert land. The hour's nigh to draw a line in the sand.
Deserts? I had made it plain he was an Orient man.
Though words in haste be only human nature, Orient man be ne'er preferred nomenclature.
Give me no further counsel. My griefs cry softer than advertisement.
I speak of this other man, Sir Geoffrey of Lebowski. Is not thy name Sir Geoffrey of Lebowski? To be or not Lebowski, that is the question. Still we did meet each other's mans, do we not? Make amends? Surely such a gentleman of high sentence ought to be of unsequestered location, possessed of resources, fit to restore 1,000 rugs from vile offense, yet he is not so well married that he lets his wife a borrower be, so that other men such gravely offended bespoil another man's rug. Be I wrong?
Nay, but verily.
Be I wrong?
Yea, but verily.
In faith, that rug tied the room together, did it not?
By my troth, a goodly rug.
And in most miserable tide did those rogues besmirch it.
Donald, prithee. Thou too eagerly holds the mirror up to nature.
My mind races. I might seek to meet this gentleman of Lebowski.
His name is Lebowski? Ope thine ear, that's thy name, Knave.
On good authority. And his nobleness must oblige. His wife takes a quarrel and borrows, and they bespoil my rug?
Marry, sir, on my heartstrings do you tug, for they urinate upon thy damned rug.
My lord is a man of accomplishment of many years, good traveling knave. Lives here upon a record of commendations and medals he's been awarded. See here, the key to an old city, once defended against man and beast. And here, a commendation given to men of business, awarded not by the 12th month, but by the medal of man.
Is this the queen I see before me, rendered in oil paints?
Indeed, that is Sir Geoffrey of Lebowski attending the queen in humble fealty. During her blessed reign as queen, I remind you, not as princess.
Faith, an excellent tale.
I have not yet told all. It is said he counseled the king himself, alas, was uncaptured in timely artistry.
A man of many faculties.
As many as capabilities, yet always one to boost his reach. Lives here upon a record of his children.
Care-crazed father of many children. Is a wise man who knows his own child. An excellent list for a man, and no doubt excellent issue.
Hark, an amiable jest. Nay, I say there is children, but they're not of his loins. Thou understandest?
A cuckold he?
Oh, a most astounding jest. Nay. I say they're children of the inner city, sworn to study but without the means. My lord assures they will all attend university.
Verily. Mine own years in the university hath fled my memory. Though I remember many happy hours at the homes of various headmasters, smoking of the pipe, breaking into the armory and playing ninepins.
Marry, sir, you be Lebowski, I be Lebowski. 'Tis a wondrous, strange comedy of errors. But I'm a man of business, as I imagine you are. Tell me what you'd have me do for you.
Well, sir, I possessed a rug that, if faith, tied the room together.
You sent Brandt a messenger on horseback, he informed me. How dost thou find me fit for business?
Well, they saw these two gentlemen.
I shall repeat. You sent Brandt a messenger on horseback, he informed me.
Then thou art aware, sir, 'twas thy rug that was the target of this crime?
Wasn't I, sir, who had a varlet's gift to rain on commanded rugs and set it in a shower of gold, a faith?
Not in person, sir, but if a man has his reputation and his name is indelible ink stain, then surely thy sea of care is tormented. Whose tongue shall smooth thy name?
Make me understand, sir, for you are slow of speech, as I am of step, and I am unsatisfied in motive. When any carpet consideration, the reigneth within these city walls, must I stand accountable? Or are you one of 1,000 rogues, fishing for sixpence betwixt another master's purse strings? Are you a laborer, Master Lebowski, earning that you eat, getting that you wear?
Let me not to the marriage of false impressions deny impediments. I am not Master Lebowski, Thou art Master Lebowski. I'm the knave, called the knave, or knaver, or his knaveness, or El Knaverino in the manner of the Spaniard, if brevity be not in thy soul nor wit. A knave by any other name would bide just as well.
Hast thou employment, sirrah? Surely you hope not to pledge fealty, invested in by Molly, in such roughly fashioned armor, clad as a jacket dandy on Sunday.
I don't know. What weekday friend is this?
I tire and cannot tarry. I am more busy than the laboring spider, and I dwell on the iron tread as a man of constant pursuits. Thus I pray you, you this way and I that way.
I must protest. The knave mindeth. This will not stand, this unchecked aggression. For all thy strength of kings and masters of the earth could not stop your wife from owing, both a borrower and lender being.
How does my wife? My wife, she have not the issue here. My wife have a shrewish way with will, but I toil in hopes that she will shred her frivolities, rash and unadvised, and live within her allowance, which is ample virtue. Her mortal failures are her burden, as surely as your rug is your burden, verily as every man's burden is his own, 'tis and thus and thus. I'll blame none for the loss of my legs. Some man of Orient birth robbed them from me as spoils of war. Faith, who stole my legs, stole trash, but I went forth and achieved in any aspect. Some men are born achievers, others achieve greatly, and others have achievement thrust upon them. Beseech me not.
Pox upon it.
Indeed, a pox upon it. 'Tis fine answer to everything. Let us condole the night. The rogues have lost. The rogues will always lose, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow.
Good Master Lebowski, thou enjoy meeting my honorable lord?
Faith, nobleman most gentle. He bade me take any rug in the castle.
I pray you, knave, remember us in future visitations.
Forsooth, when next I'm in the neighborhood, I shall call upon thy lordship's honor and beseech his refreshment.
With toenails of verdant and foresters green, with a hey nonny no and a hey nonny nonny, blow thrice on my toenails and I'll be thy queen, and ever preserve me as thy blithe and bonny. I pray thee, sir, blow.
Marry, but here's a lady of good interest whose toenails are the very green of the common hump, where grass doth grow and country lovers do foot. Pretty maid, whither shall I blow? For I am but a tumbling tumbleweed, and may well blow in any direction, even south.
I mean, only the breath in thine own maw in this case. Blow, and serve your turn to cool my hot temper.
You would have me blow upon thy foot, painted lady?
I asked the steed of you thrice now, and that which a damsel craves constantly is the capability of a tongue most smooth. Look to my foot, I cannot reach that far. Blow, wind.
I fear thy charms. Would not thy consort mind if I were to bestow his lady fair my wind?
Nay, there's naught for which I'll ever carest. He mindeth not, for he's a nihilist.
A nihilist? Oh, exhausting condition.
Our court's most noble guest must not tarry, Lady Lebowski.
Lady Lebowski? Then thou art bonny? A merry wife indeed.
And a lady of good housekeeping and agriculture besides, minded to economy and all practicalities. Were thou to bring a gentle cock to my bedchamber, I might help bring him success for 10 shillings.
Such a lady of talents I have scarcely seen.
Oh, heart, a most forthright jest. She is the nimble nymph of Neptune, free of spirit and generosity. We mark her with good humor, knave.
Free of spirit, but never free for flesh. Were I to regale thee with parts of my humor, I would not bid Brandt to hear the play, ere he paid a shilling himself.
A marvelous jest. We dare not tarry. Come, knave.
Yea, I shall leave and return with money, or else lose the labored love of fair Bonnie.
Most impressive, Sir Donald! Thy tale is the stuff of dreams, and yet it is a waking dream of will. I have these words beneath a spreading tree in Jerusalem.
If I dreamed afore, I care not, but do I dream anew? What manner of beast dost thou bring to our nightly sport?
Nay? Oh, 'tis remnant of a previous life's nightly sport. I was once a married man, thou knowest well. That the Lady Cynthia was a great lover of dogs, thou knowest to lesser degree. If abandoned, 'tis the cur's tendency to dine on chair leg and oaken table, which would be most retrograde to my lady's desires.
Thou speakest in riddles.
It has been my charge to attend the cur ere my lady Cynthia return ashore from a voyage to the islands commanded by Sir Martin of Ackerman.
Thou bringest a cur to ninepins?
I bring not to ninepins, knave. The dog is not attired by my hand, nor do I fetch it ale, nor will it take thy bowl turn in thy stead.
Why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog. Were I cuckold of such horn as thou, and some untamed shrew bid me mind her animal passions on maiden voyages, well, men of lesser virtue did swim in foreign waters and seek the isle within the brook, I would tell her, go hang, and let the cur fall where he may. Could she not board him with some gentle farmer or country shepherdess?
Firstly, knave, thou hast not an ex. Speak not on rights of marriage, for here is a man who calls vinegar the wine he himself hath not imbibed. The cur is one of consequence, admired in circles of husbandry, with well-noted documentation of his qualities. If abandoned, might lose hide and hair. The damned cur has damned parchments.
Hark, here bowls Jack Smoke.
Thou crosseth the line!
Your pardon, noble sir?
Thou crosseth the line, Jack Smoke, most cavalier. As clearly demarcated in our rules in tumbling past the throat, his play most foul.
Let's see the pins struck in fair play scores. Knave, mark it 8 or 9. Mark it 8.
Not 8, but loof. Mark it none but none, and so we carry on to the next frame.
Peace, Sir Walter.
Smoky, this be not the darkest jungles of East Orient, this be ninepins, there be rules.
Nay, Walter, the quality of mercy is hardly strained, but a fraction of the smoke's tiptoe crossed over the line. Not God's line, but man's. Of late I've read much of toenails. Shame not smoke and sport and suit the punishment to the action.
Oh, unrightful judge! As drawn by great authority of league, we must attend to our noble bond and contract. Thou knowest well that one roll might well determine that our side advance to glory, or instead be retired as moss upon the tree stump. While smoke rifts out to wreaths and triumphs, hearest thou the robin redbreast call?
Yea, but
Be I wrong?
your words are hard, but I must equivocate. Put thy pin so I may mark it 8.
Nay, I do protest and draw my sword. Mark none but none into that bowler's frame, else thou shalt enter into a world of pain. A world of pain. Think upon it. A most unhappy world. A lake of fire, rich with damned souls. Twixt veils of agonies. Mark me, we stand beneath twisted, jealous gates of cast iron, above which, in vulgar tongue, it reads, here is a world of pain, thou enterest thus. Might steal before thee is the last of keys that could lock these doors and keep thee from this world of pain, or, with one flick, ope its mashing maw and summon winds to cast thee down within. A most excellent key. Farewell to earthly delights, farewell to friends, to fellowship, to follies, and amends. The choice to spare thy passage through these trials is thine alone, Jack Smoke. I entreat thee to turn thy back upon this world of pain.
Walter, put up thy sword. Tarry a moment.
Hath the whole world been mired in madness? Remain ye men of faculty complete, of arithmetic fair and prudence complete. Does here stand the last remaining man to give a fit for rules and order? Yet no noble savage but a stave unbroken, who loves the law and bids it no misdeed. Mark none but none into that bowler's frame if we be men of honor.
Walter, the constable's notified. I pray thee sheathe thy peace.
Mark it none, else I'll none.
Good Sir Walter, speak with reason.
Dost thou think I tarry idly? Mark it not!
Yea, I shall leave it to your pleasure. Mark as thou wilt in full and legal measure.
'Tis a game of league, Jack Smoke.
Walter, thou hast wounded me terribly. Jack Smoke is a man of cloth alike my humor. Peaceable men we are for peaceable times. And thou markest that Jack Smoke is a man of soft conscience.
How absolute the knave is. That he is conscious, I mark thee, I attend well. In tender youth I myself dabbled in a course to seek and hear moral philosophy, encountering pacifism on that road. Though beshrew me ne'er in the jungles of the dark Orient, but I thought upon it, even on fields of battle.
Thou markest that Jack Smoke hath woes of mind.
Faith beyond pacifism?
He is a man of fragility, sir, and like to shatter.
Like, yet I mark not his fragile dust. I saw him not break, nor melt, nor cleave in two. The heated moment passeth, as water river tide beneath the bridge in Exeter. Speak, knave, are we not victorious in our sport? We progress as do rakes, be I wrong?
No, Walter, thou speakest true.
Be I wrong?
No, Walter, thy words are straight and true. But thou hast not spoken so much as brave. In the matter of an ass.
Okay then, I am an ass. Let it be writ that I am an ass. Then mark well, the knave and his partner, an ass, shall play again at 9 pins in half a fortnight. Their skills matched against Joshua Quince and Liam O'Brien. They worry me not. They shall be overpushed with certitude.
And we play again in 7 days and 7 nights. I pray you, be of good humor.
Be of good humor. 'Tis thine answer to everything. Mark, thy peaceable nature, while conceived in upright spirit and meant for noble deeds, may be cited be by devils for their own cause. Mark well the foreign king in Arab land, the base Mesopotamian who lieth with steed. I presenteth you a wall to hide behind. 'Twas born of truth, and fear and frighten mine.
I pray you be of good humor.
I'm as calm as still waters, knave.
As steel waters, I'll warrant. Put up thy icy blade. Crack not gory tales of war.
My calmness exceeds thine.
Be of good cheer and let us not repeat what happened here.
Calmness exceeds thine. But hark, here approaches a visitor.
All hail, honored Lebowski. Hail, 'tis I, one Brandt, servant to he whose name you know so well. Nay, will you tarry with me? I would care not for the rug. I would bring you to my lordship's secluded castle's western wing. Tell none to any man or good counsel. Despondent to the last, thus I despair. I call on thy assistance, gentle knave.
Thou hast spoken plain, and I'll be thy guest. Let us away to take Lebowski's quest.
Behold, stark irony of hours dark. As night betakes my heart, I cast mine eyes across a lifetime of achievement, of challenges met, competitors surmounted, roguish mankind's obstacles overcome, accomplished more than many dare to dream. In idle wishing, yet remarkably sans legs, these my branches imprison me from stature as a man. But there's the thing I ask, what is a man? Be it his reason, his faculty, his pose, his active expression, his golden fire, what maketh well the work of a man?
Faith, the perplexing questions for a knave.
Mayhap the measure of man is found not in his store, his health, but in the storm that tests him strong, the stabbing shocks of sin that fix his courage to the post, and ask if he be man in times when man must stand, as Job asked, or Jonah the fish, ne'er to sit silent, but to be of parts. If man be man, he wears the mantle well, prepared to stand upright. forgive my text, in tests that render price no virtue deemed.
That maketh a man, and in sooth, if a man were to lack those two tests in cause twixt his stance, 'twould be no man.
You jest, but jesters do often prove prophets. My reeling folks yearn for such simple counsel.
I aim to smoke of the pipe if it befits thy lordship's right good health.
Behold my trappings and my suits of woe. Alas for Bonnie, so loving to her eye. She hath the light broke forth through yonder window, from which my life is seen anew. The sun and moon in equal measures, starved on souls, wanting of luminescence. And now, do women's weapons, water drops, do stain my man's cheeks. A marvel fair, but do you take surprise to mark my tears?
Harking nay! If moisture be the cost of love, then weep on.
Oh, it is excellent to have and achieve restraint, but hath not a strong man a strong heart? Nay, strong men also weep. The justice of the eyes severe. At once the infant mewing with a woeful ballad. Mark, the messenger did bring me dark counsel ere noontime.
I mark thee, 'tis text of rags and tatters.
There's a note of foul and odious tenor, and hither they have sent it for a ransom, of cowardice and folly, not of men. Those who are not upon equal play, nor sign their names, are scarcely men, but cowards, hideous beings, sinners all.
I mark these, it is a note of foul and odious tenor, saying that they have captured Bonnie Fair, and for her safe return would have thou send 1,000 pounds in pieces broken 8. Instructions following, no punning jests. I mark thy pain.
Of dark and cruel misdeeds I do know well. Squire Brandt shall make you known of the tales.
My lordship's malady, unhappy hour, forbids his action upon this vilest act. We would charge thee to act as courier. Thou would be granted ducats for thy trouble.
Faith, a tempting offer, but wherefore does his lordship seek my qualities?
He recalled thine sorry tale of rugs bespoiled and villains in the burg, and varley visages villains captured. 'Twas said to best know the face of sin, to tell the sexton he sees.
Thou sayest that those who were relieved upon my rug have captured Bonnie Fair?
What is true, I say not yes or no. Ere truth be found, we do not know.
A strike! A very palpable strike! Oh, but Quince sure can roll them straight and true.
He rolleth true, knave, I cannot deny it, but the man rolls not straight, for he is not a man to stand upright. To follow him would pervert the present path. For 2 seasons he is idled in prison for exposing his manhood to a page boy.
My lands.
Indeed, when he first came upon the Hollywood, he was made to stand in public gallows. It said, "Here is good horse to hire," as was signified on his sign, "Here you may see a pederast."
What manner of a man be a pederast, Sir Walter?
Hold thy tongue, Sir Donald. So, knave, what manner of money wouldst thou offer?
20 pounds for mine own. and the matter of the rug forgiven. They may summon me at any time, day or night.
If they were to call for thee in time of ninepins, that would hang us.
What's it like to have in times of ninepins, Sir Walter?
Life will neither stop nor start at thine own convenience. Peace be miserable villain.
My purse is good as filled. This is money found with ease. I do submit that the subtle lady may well be her own adversary.
I know that man further, Ned.
Hark, this be not the traffic of rug pissers, or thieves, or villains of the night. Look well upon a lady fair, so happy fair, who spurned her love for gold, for money, glittering gold, and being deprived of much rich and ample gifts and treats, sought to steal a greater sum from some. And in owing much to much have been about, she sought devices to discharge her debts.
Oh, contemptible shrew!
It's as what was said in Muscovy. Look well to who abounds most and knowest all, or so I've tried to say.
I am overbold, confused, as clumsy and unsettled as a walrus.
His wife, good Sir Knave, go get you from the door. His wife is a hobby horse, deserving of a name as rank as any flax wench.
I be the walrus.
Hold thy tongue, Donald! Thy mind is Lenten. Most pernicious shrew, most vilest strumpet, sinner, painted whore, the quality of this wealth has sickened me. Knave, had I known that this would come to pass, I may have tarried ere accepting such a service. I did not watch friends mine own die face down in mire and muck and fens.
I see connection not twixt Bonnie and the wars of the Orient.
'Tis not connected literally as rope, but through thought stream, stardust, tears, and hope.
Look well, my friend, there be no connection. Take to thy role, thy play for our selection.
Masters! I crave thine able readiness to be dealt with roughly, like the sodomites, for men of great spawn have noted in our play, and semi-final hour draws on a pace by Jove! I'll wager well, live in me, to thrash thee soundly at the fair tourney.
Yeah, well, forsooth, that be thy opinion, sir.
Well, but be forewarned. It doth reach mine ear that combustible Walter o'ercome with rage does shake its sense, and draw his sword in play, but I fear not such day's tricks. And seeing ill would snatch the bird from the jealous knight, and pierce his gizzard with a wrongful steel points up, as said of Coriolanus.
Sounds.
Thou speakest rightly, sir. For no man misdeals with Joshua Quince, but they do!
Page boy's name.
I stand in soul on shrouded stage to contemplate the bowls, a fitting sport for men who would stand up only to fall down. But soft, hark, knock if thou wouldst enter, I'm no porter. Again I bleed. Wherefore doth the knave attract the wrongful slings and arrows of the land? Who was this mystery woman who craved my blood? Who was it struck my jaw for satisfaction? The fireworks do city lanterns make, and I soar above down staring on the place below. Up ahead, a close-cropped woman, a damsel on a magical carpet of Arabian legend flies, and the knave falls. But I am weary. Let us have a song. 'Tis well, for I have a song for such a spell. Remember to me of the fevered dreams of what maketh manish metal, and what fair woman's task is in the battle. Behold a man to undertake quests brave, of little recompense for which to crave. In sooth, Jove send a woman such as thou, fain would prove true the man in me.
18th minute has passed since their call. Dispatched by emissary rough of speech. Thy charge is simple. Wait here all along. Leave these. Charge simple. Let no man be your companion. I dare not tarry long unless they think I'm your friend.
Sir, I attend.
Take these gold coins. Her life is in thy hands, knave. But my lord did ask that I repeat that. Her life is in thy hands, knave. Her life is in thy hands. Be perfect. Be safe. Adieu.
A life in hands as rough as mine, hands meant for dissolution harsh. What doth the knave awake at witching hour? But soft, what strangeness is this?
Hail, good knave! I see you stand to linger. Take me of this. I bring you here a ringer.
What devilry, sir? How's thou find out about this place?
Hours have I spent in my store, weighing the motives and sensations of this crime, trying to catch how the case was clad, whirling like the dervish of faraway civilities. I have in this satchel weighed out my assorted motleys, my mud-stained trousers, my foul French hose, my dirty jerkins, and assorted linens.
At my life, Walter, I have no idea why thou hast brought thy soiled vestments.
We will not wait upon mine answer, knave, for the answer is wait. It is for the fullness of our pleasure that this selfsame double appear not empty but in equal scale.
Is it thy invention to call a hawk a handsaw?
It came upon me to think, as if rising from a dream, wherefore should it be our lot to settle for a plague-struck 20 pounds?
Wherefore we, the hour in this hour?
We could well own the entire 1,000 pounds in thy grasp, with no man the wiser. Be I wrong?
Yea, Walter, I'll hazard all I have by it. At my word, Walter, this be not a jest.
At thy word, knave, 'tis a jest. Thou sayest she spirits herself.
Who's there? Stand and unfold yourself.
Speak, we come carefully upon the hour. Guide us by the evening star.
Us? Hold thy tongue, or tongues of ye be two. Thy charge was a common person, only you.
I am but one man of several voices. For each man in his time plays many parts, his acts being two voices. Speak, friend.
Knave, knowest thou the way to examine?
Peace, Walter, thy presence does me ill. This be not a game they're like to kill.
Naught is bespoiled. Thou art not acting in the manner according to a knave. This above all, to thine own self be true. Let him speak again.
Hello there.
Seest thou? Naught is bespoiled. These villains are but amateurs.
I love thee, Walter, but thou art a fool.
Be not rash, unadvised, or sudden. Nay, we shall continue this time of meeting. But do not feign, O witnesses above. Toss down thy coin to me, the screen tonight.
Knave, pass me the ringer. We'll hand it down. Here's thy purse, varlet, thy cheated prize. Quick, knave, the cherry. Look sharp. We'll bowl in friendship ere the sunrise. A pot's upon it, knave. Let's play at 9 pins.
What hast thou done, Walter? What will we tell the Lebowski big who loves his wife so well? I trust thee not for scheme and subtle gore. The first thing they'll do is they'll kill the woman poor.
Poor woman, poor wench, you prattle on, O knave. As so thou sayest, and so still I believe. She's no abused victim, but a thief.
Thou heardst me wrong. I said in idle thought that she might have self-same stole. But whence the proof? Where and certitude delight such an action? Well, retain thy state, and in consideration check if folly hath been lost to hideous rashness.
I do assent, knave, 100%.
The games of joust and tourney continue on. The schedule writ is posted on high.
Prithee, Donald, shut the No, stay. When have they set our match of open air?
Verily, we face Joshua Quince and the Irishman this very Saturday.
Saturday? Unhappy fortune. Something has been forgotten in the state of office. A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac for a date uncalled by destiny. What manner of fool is he that scheduled this date? For I did take pains to disclose my unavailability.
Marriage was Burkhalter.
German slops. Low Dutch. Thrice did I make him know that I roll not on Saturday!
I care not, Walter. What of the poor woman?
Marry, Knave, that she'll tire of her little game and none and wander back in the manner of a cur, tail between legs.
Wherefore thou not playest ninepins on Saturday, Walter?
The seventh and last day, Sir Donald, rests the Jew. I am sworn to keep form, ceremony, and tradition. I labor not, nor ride in chariot, nor handle gold, nor even play the cook, and sure as Providence, I do not roll! God of mercy, have not a Jew rights? Have not a Jew hands, organs, bowling balls, Pomeranians? If you schedule us, must you not do right? If your toe slips over the line, do you not mark it not? In God's name, I will not roll on the Sabbath. God of mercy.
I wait in my car. I must leave this place. I tire of these arguments and japes.
Wait, Knave, stay. I'd well hear how you handed off the villains their spoils.
There's not to tell. The villains did not get their prize, and they're going to kill the woman.
Yea, they will kill the woman poor. Alack the day, they will kill the woman poor. Alas, poor woman, they shall kill her well.
Walter, how dost thou proceed on the Sabbath?
Knave, I stand surprised. Gall cracked. They will kill none, harm none, say none, do none. Amateurs they be. I shall take it to my grave. And who has Lebowski's money in our car? Be I wrong?
Walter, thou hast erred.
Nay, we have Lebowski's money in our car, and they have taken linens, mine afar, my foul French hose, the whites, the breeches, my foulest smelly tights.
Walter, hark! Look to where my ride was parked. It is not there. The space is free and dark.
Prithee, Walter, who hath thy breeches?
Ruined, stolen car and a dead man's face. My kingdom for a horse to catch these dogs. My money's gone, my only transport gone. They have robbed me of that which enriches me and left me very poor indeed. Hell, 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 hell. Thank you, Donnie. Hell, they call it the watch. Villainy, villainy. You there, close-cropped woman clad in green. Be you sprite or vile apparition, seest thou those sickly souls of strident struck who plundered my argosies most grievously?
By Maude Lebowski I am called in faith. I come to you by night in the same place to be revenged for your ill-gotten prize. Your jaw was punched, your rug whisked in haste, not hours after you brought it home. Why does God make us love his goodly gifts and then snatch them straight away? We'll know it yet. I'd have you be my guest in my abode, my studio of arts, my academe.
What, Lebowski? Thou art the woman who did me injury. I'll with thee to see about my carpet and hope for fairer wind about my chariot.
If by my art, my curious friend, I put the wild notions in a roar, so be it. I paint only those of my own sex. The very word is said to bother men, discomfort them encircled in their ring. It is the very painting of discomfort. Vagina.
I take no awkward pause, nor stare, nor gawk, but only ask askance, what art is this?
In faith, the
I
art...
see no ring to mar if I would kiss it, but only oily painting I might stain. The knave deciphers nothing in this image. Thy work has made a nihilist of me.
The art is only what you will, and if the word can poison not your ear, then you're in luck. Some men of lesser stuff dislike to hear it, dare not speak its name, whereas without a flicker of his eye, man might speak of King Richard III, or pose an idle sonnet on his rod, or praise the wit of his self-same Johnson.
As Benjamin Johnson, lady?
Let us speak plain and to the purpose. My father bade you take the rug, but that you chose was, in faith, a gift from me to my departed mother, the happiest gift that ever Marquess gave, and thus not his to make a rich and precious gift of. But, trifles. Let us speak of the supposed kidnapping. It hath the rankest compound, a villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
Permit me to explain about the
What
rug.
cares have you, Lebowski, upon love?
If faith, lady, the question doth me vex.
The physicality of making love. I'd have you tell me if you like it well. A myth persists on women of my stripe that our body politic renders us in hate of acts of love. A most injurious lie. The enterprise can have in it much zest, but men who walk with sages in the morn and women swimming lightly twixt the nymphs are punished by Oberon for their sin and do the deed compulsively engaged. Sans joy, sans love, sans everything.
Prithee, nay.
So damned a soul is balmy, I have heard, that lustful creatures sitting at a play have by the cunning language of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their infatuations. I've had these players make their show for you, suiting the action to the word indeed. It shall be called log jamming, for it hath bared bottom. So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Two women both alike in beauty, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, where broken cable break to new nudity, and civil breasts touch civil hands unclean, the likes of you, Jacques Strehorn's play attend, that which this fine Miss Abhor would strive to mend.
She hath rid her prologue like a rough colt.
Such riding you will see the like of, so as to form the beast with two backs. But, hark, here is the poor player who struts and frets to play Carl Hungus upon the stage.
I rode to thee dispatched with all speed. The holding anchor lost, the cable broke.
Oh, I know that man. Mary, he's a nihilist.
And is her face familiar to you? Familiar and by all means vulgar?
Knock, knock. Never a quiet. Here's a man of repair. I should have all turning his key. Hark to my noble kinswoman, here to travail in a shower brought on by the tempest of the soul.
Hast thou, traveler, performed to mend the cable that she bathed thee?
This is the silliest stuff that I have ever heard.
I wonder if he be to fix the cable.
Be not fatuous. Joffrey, it matters not a fig to me if Bonnie be a whore, nor that she court the merry Jacques Trehorn, to use the happy parlance of our times. But our good name Lebowski is such stuff as dreams are made on for a host of youth whose education our foundation builds, and proud we are indeed of all of them. My father stole much money from these babes to pay the thieves to purchase back his wife. The fornicator, devilry compulsed, hath took my father on her sinful ride, and... My father's crime too loathsome for the law, his scandal being ruinous to our name. I have a task for thee. I bid thee, find the money that thou hast thieves thieves, and return it to my keep, and in return I'll pay thee handsomely in fine reward, so that thou canst purchase any rug thou wilt.
Thy task is right in purpose and to the law, but wherefore did thou crack me on the jaw?
Pardons, good Joffrey. I know of a learned doctor to see thee in his studio, with no physician's bill expressly charged. Yea, he is an honourable man, and thorough. See the doctor, Joffrey, after thou returnest to thy good borough.
Thy thought is kind.
See the doctor, he's honourous and thorough, after thou returnest to thy good borough.
Speak and speak quickly, foul vagrant.
Faith, sir, there be a beverage here.
Our attempts to reach thee have been frantic and numerous, Knave.
Liver my money. Thou art under thy master's command to transport a sum of money. Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain, thou odious maggot. Her life was in thy hands.
Verily, this be our concern, Knave.
Pray, not as bespoiled here.
None is despoiled. Zeus's noble chariot half crashed into yonder mount.
We, forsooth, the we of royalty, did as thou bade, and dropped the monies hence to a villain's vial. But new stuff hath broke forth to light that of such that blaming me will not win you the last.
Dost thou prattle on, O belligerent fool?
I speak of information born anew. I prattle on about the new stuff breaking forth to light. Knows that she hooked herself away? 'Tis true, 'tis true. Think upon a lady fair, spurned, thou knowest, in the parlance of our times, never a borrower nor lender be, thou knowest, to known nymphs and satyrs. She must feed a wilderness of monkeys. A curse that?
In faith, Master Lebowski, it occurs not.
It had not occurred to us, Knave.
That it occurred not to ye. I forgive, for thou art not privy to the new stuff. That is why I am charged. And as such, might we speak of settling accounts? Mine equerry doth fear for my excises.
Present him the worst and least wholesome envelope, Squire Brandt. Oh, Lebowski, since thou hast failed to achieve the brief and modest task that was thy charge, stolen my pelf, and still betrayed my trust, I've told these varlets thou hast took their price and encouraged them to seize their bond from thee. With good Squire Brandt as witness to my vow, I promise that any harm upon Bonnie shall visit tenfold time upon thy head. Ope thy parcel, sinner, see her toe, chopped off from her and still be painted green. Now it is said, 'tis all thou needs must know, for I will not abide another toe.
My lord, I do deny that it be her toe.
Whose toe be it, Walter, if not my lady's toe?
Vexatious problem that, but not one of heft. There's naught to indicate the lady's been harmed.
The freshest green paint of fairest body's nail?
Marry, sir, nail painting, rugs, urine. A man may paint the white toe green, paint an inch thick. To this favor, the girl must come.
And where might a man fetch a toe?
Oh, toe? Thou wouldst have a toe? A toe can be obtained, knave. Thou wouldst not like to hear. I can have a toe for thee this afternoon. Ere singeth cockerel of 3 o'clock, and these amateurs would have us soiled with fear.
They'll kill her, Walter, ere they turn on me.
Thy stress is great, impearling thy reason. To mine own eye, this be a string of crimes with victims not.
But thou hast still not explained the accursed toe.
I pray thee think no more upon the toe!
I remind you, sirs, to acquire together a voice of temperance that would bring smoothness to thy tongue. This be a place of family business.
Nay, need I remind thee that the courts have considered prior restraints and smote it thus. I will speak my chosen piece.
If patience cannot calm thy storm forthwith, fain would I bid thee leave my tavern door.
Need I also remind thee that I did watch friends mine own die face down in mire and muck and fen so that you and I may trade within these walls?
Nay, all done. I take my leave without.
Prithee, knave, stay! This doth affect our tale, our freedom's base! I'm finishing my ale. Enjoy in my ale.
Now I am conducted to gentle bath. Will all of great Neptune's oceans wash the knave clean from this land? Hark, this be a place of private residence, and much a private place. Oh, excellent marmot.
None be crave the money, Lebowski. Be neither do speak in jest nor fallacy, believing in nothing, empty and void. Tomorrow, if thou hast thy ransom not, thee shall be coarse and off by Johnson cut.
My car is found, but treasure none within it, although the constable has sworn to find it. Mine inquiries of Leeds led him to much mirth, as if my miseries and woes to scorn. Oh, piteous knave, mine only hope now is that the Lebowski big in his anger kills me, ere the Germans cut off my lance.
Ridiculous, good knave. Thou knowest well no man will make thee eunuch while I live. Naught has changed. These German swine are cruel. 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Faustuses, mere usurpers and tyrants, and what's worse.
Were they tyrants, oh no?
They meant to geld the lilies, Sir Donald, split never hairs tonight, or be I wrong?
Nay, nihilist to a man. They believe in nothing, nothing will come of it.
Nihilus. I am beshrewn. Say what thou wilt, knave, of tyrant's tenets, but it seeks to stand, philosophy and politic not void. And let it be noted that wildlife kept within domestic walls, amphibious rodent, that is also retrograde to right and civil law.
Are thou a forester? No. A woodcutter yet? A shepherd of the flock? Who gives a fig for the accursed marmot?
I speak only to sympathize, my friend.
I need no sympathy nor pitied wine. That which I need is Johnson mine.
Wherefore thou needest that, O knave?
I pray thee be of good cheer. Wouldst thou truly enter the tourney in such a condition?
Pox upon the tourney. And thee, Walter. I would have had few pains save the shock of stench upon my rug, but now my miseries and damages are tenfold in seeking counsel from so great an ass.
A pox upon the tourney, he declares. Come then, Sir Donald. We'll leave the knave as he fares.
Ugh. That these two solid friends would lead me to think upon what to do. Two noble kinsmen, nay. What say you, my Russian white, mine only beverage? Another ale. Sip friendly and embrace.
What sayest thou, mistress, quickly? Dost thou have an ale brewed of the sarsaparilla root?
It's brewed in the base of the city Indian.
Ah, that's a good one.
How fares my friend the knave?
Such a foul and fair day I have not yet seen.
Mary, 'twas once said on a day such as foul as this, whereupon the winter of our discontent never make glorious summer. Sometimes thou exits a forest pursued by a bird, and on other times the bird exits pursued by thee.
Faith, an excellent philosophy. Is it of the Orient?
Nay, far from it. I mark well thy fashion, knave.
Deny thy fashion, stranger.
Many thanks. If I may crave a boon, may I request that thou's profane mouth be a little bit more gracious, spoke less in cursing word and more in craft?
What dost thou speak upon, O damned fool?
I jest, old traveling knave. Be of ease. Exude now, the tumbling tumbleweeds.
What manner of man is it to parlay in my lady's parlor and laugh as if in a secret humor of his own? What sayest thou, friend? What's thou trade? What secret craft is thy?
You know, Lebowski, 'tis nothing much to look upon, matters of no import. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, how I laugh!
Joffrey, thou hast not yet seen the Doctor's Guild whose studio I asked thee to attend. Hast thou heard news of money yet recouped?
I must confess I was waylaid and must resign my charge. Oliver hath persuaded me to rest.
He is a hired player and a fool, an actor poor, unexcellent musician who'd play a doctor in this fiendish plot. Thou knowest she is no more a victim than she mothered me.
Complex case we glimpse with many ins and outs and strands.
Most mirthful. Most mirthful. I'll tender thus upon.
Beshrew me! Who is this little bird lay in thy parlor, Maude? Who is this gentleman?
Knox Harrington, the tapestry artist. Joffrey, thou hast not yet seen the doctor, and I fear for thy bruise. Enter, doctor! I would not be to blame for pains delayed, and yea, he is an honourable man, and... No. Examine him, good doctor, as thou wilt.
Slide thy breeches, Master Lebowski.
Upon my life, I was struck on the jaw.
What says that still thy breeches must be sealed?
Come, Joffrey, while the doctor examines, we'll have a song, if it pleases thee.
Prove true imagination to make a man sing blessings. Hey, naughty no, the monarch of the vine. Borrow me on the morrow, party is such sweet sorrow. Hey, naughty no, looking from backdoor mine.
Come, knave, I hear the balance of thy tale. In thy car recovered, did thou detect some trace of villains left, who deprived it of goods, some ghost of guilt, no identity betrayed by careless thieves who had covered not their tracks?
I found a document so roughly written, it troubled me to make good sense of it. It was of schoolboy's innocence, childhood friendship. It was written by some churl who was not born under a rhyming planet. It was lesser text and roughly hewed. It concerned the King of France and purchased lands. And I am a weakish speller, but I marked errors throughout as schoolmaster despaired in ink so red, at first the knave thought he had fled.
In faith, I will examine me this text and see if by its hand its maker is traced. Hark, here be the name of its root author, one Lawrence Sellers, dwelling in the north, near the tavern of good repute, known for the searing of beefsteaks, in and out. Hold thy tongue, Donald! I've not said all. The varlet is a youth whose father stands as a titan in the world of hired players. A playwright, Arthur Digby Sellers called. His play is renowned throughout the continent, the bulk of the series, named in no lightweight. In faith, how tragic be it that his son doth prove a dunce. Yea, once the conclusion be of this merriment performance piece be.
They melted down these days, in and out.
Hold thy tongue, Donald! Yea, thou art a great eater of beef, and I believe it does harm to thy wit. We shall brace the kid, recover what monies have not yet been spent. He shall be overpushed with certitude, and yea, we will be near the tavern of good repute to feast upon beefsteaks, have some merry jests, some ales. Our troubles be over, Nate.
Fringe theater. Hark! Look at this finest car without, like a Corvette ship, crimson stained. The churl hath spent the bulk of my money's mine on this Corvette ship to sail on simpler waters than I swim.
Not so, knave. The vehicle represents the 3 or 4% of all thy gains the villain sees, dependent on the traffic. Donald, hold here. We will speak with young Squire Lawrence and circle swift. Oh, Squire Lawrence, reveal thyself in chat. Thy father suffers problems with his health and writes no more. A shame on it, I say, for his works on levels personal were muse to us. I was one to love the episode's birth of his quill in earlier seasons. Thou art also an author, Lawrence, the one of orthography corrected. This be thy parchment, Lawrence? Tell me straight. This be thy parchment, Lawrence. Tell me true.
Ask him of chattels bought. Ask him if that finest Corvette without be his.
This be thy parchment, Lawrence. Homework thine.
We know that well, Sir Walter. His it be. Whither the money, varlet, mewling spawn?
Ask him nothing, knave. What we know. From this point forward, he will not speak word. Youth, I ask thee, hast thou studied a place of dark Orient jungle?
Walter, prithee, knave.
Thou art entering into a world of pain, Lawrence. We know that thou stealest cars, and that this be homework thine.
And monies, too.
And monies, and that this be homework thine. What impudence is this? Wherefore silence? Lawrence, thou art killing thy father! This has no end. From this point forward, in the matter of the stone wall, he will not speak word. I take thy parchment back and turn then to plans of secondary contingents. Young Lawrence, I beseech thee to look upon yon window and see what befalleth sinners evermore. This be what happens, Lawrence, when thou first a stranger twixt the buttocks. Dost thou attend me? Understandest thou? This be what happens, Lawrence. This be what happens, Lawrence. This be what happens when thou first a stranger twixt the buttocks.
What hast thou wrought? What hast thou wrought, O prophet strange? My baby, my car, this is my purchase yesterday. What hast thou wrought?
Marry, sir, an honest blunder. I knew it, never thine.
I shall make it thee to shovel off this mortal coil. Better yet, I will send the punishment to the crime, and the crime to the punishment, and I shall administer proper recompense. I make it thee cry to shovel off this mortal coil. I make it thee cry to shovel off this mortal coil. I make it thee cry to
That
shovel
was
off this
wrong. That was trespass rolling. That be not Sir Walter's conveyance, but mine own.
Ah!
Faith, I sit within and cringe in fear. What fools these mortals be that tarry here.
I stand now on a patch of land unspoiled, having dined on beefsteaks on the way home, in and out, in which Walter tendered his apologies, most remorseful, hoping that I had made it home, and wondering still if Lawrence would have cracked. Upon my homeward coming, I was braced by these villains unschooled who had trafficked in my home before. I like them not.
Again we meet, Lebowski, and yea, this time we know of which Lebowski thou art. Thou art thy deadbeat frame.
So dost the tin, no sprite. Thou doest not with fools this wicked night.
Good knave, my thanks for trouble thou hast made. By Jock Trio and I am called a name. I bid thee welcome to my humble home, and I beg thee, take a beverage of thy choice.
The brew of whitest rush I would sip, as fair York's rose. How goes thy working trade?
Playwright and theater man am I, with tendrils gripped in lakes of many stripes. In printed word, dumb show, and in court.
Which be log jamming.
Thou readest my regret. The playhouse is a place of disrepair, when rude mechanicals may gather nice, fix an amateur, in interludes most amateur. We cut the very wheat from our fair crop, and make poor sport and spectacle entail with no tears in the performing of it. Thy brain half in the function of its power, the zone where faith is firmly fixed in love, richer in all thy tribe in its upper part.
On thee, mayhap.
The brightest heaven of invention yet compassed wonders fit for devils, in greatest fair effects of future hopes. Such place may well transport us all beyond this ignorant present.
Faith, an excellent dream, but I still read Benjamin Jonson manually.
Aye, that's the rub. I pray thee, knave, to hear the purpose of my night's invitation, has brought thee to my seat. Where's Bonnie Fair?
Oh, irony. I thought thou couldst know.
My mind is slate and sky dark. The lady only half ran off to flee her debt to me. A bond, a sizable bond.
But she ran not.
I know thy troubles, knave, the tangled web of lies thou conceivest, and thou robbest her husband, I care not. How goes the ways of the world in which I am encountered, with clamorous debts of broken bonds, and retention of long since due debts?
Will this be a complex case we glimpse with many ins and outs and strands, and the parties are of scope? What's for me? What of the knave if I retain thy gold?
10th part of the plunder shall be thine, but drink from my goblet, ere it warms.
The knave carouses to your fortune, good Jock, for greatly is thy jib cut admired. The knave drinks to your health, good Treehorn. But soft, what betides my drink? It is the treacherous white Russian in my hand. And all the knave ever wanted was his rug back, as spoken of, which tied the room together. But but soft. Darkness overtook the knave, darker than kettle's secret parts on moonlit nights in Devonshire. I fall. It hath no bottom, not this apparition. I drop to view the state of my condition. I have had a most rare vision. I've had a dream beyond what man can say dreaming is. Methought I was bound in a satchel of infinite space, only to find myself coming upon a thundercloud and throwing myself to heaven, to scrape my sky against the to scrape myself against the complexion of the sky, most peculiar. And then I was found by Night Watch Constable, who liked my jerkin not and told me thus, and cast me from his beach community. And the eagles gazed upon with every eye, and lo, I hate the accursed eagles, man. It is my lady friend, it is my love.
Come, thou spirit that tends on mortal thoughts, come and lie with me beneath the greenwood tree, and know the heat of the luxurious bed, and in our faults by lies will flattered be.
Maude is now dressed as the queen of special ladies, attired in a robe that is mine own.
Speak of thyself, O Joffrey, while we sleep.
Oh, but soft, yea, I shall present to you the lifetime of a knave, the little stands to tell. I would tell thee how, briefly, I authored a statement in Port Huron, ere it emerged in compromised draft, or how, in fair Seattle, I and sixfold other men stood conspirators to a king. Yea, that would be me and sixfold other men. Or how briefly I turned my attention to the lute and fife and toured with men of speed and sound. Yea, who asses were. Yea, that be me. And now I do nothing much. I did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I play ninepins upon the village green. I ride horseback and think upon wilder days. My place is sacked. Jock Treehorn's men sought thy father's coin here. 'Tis a complex case we glimpse, with many ins and outs and strands, as I have said.
The money's the foundation's, not the man's. My father has no money of his own. The wealth was his inheritance to tend, and pompously he claims it as his crop. O vanity of father! Fierce extremes of personality he built so as to seem the wide world's emperor, and thus the whore, so purchased as to sate his glory thirst.
Maude, whither thy strange position on the floor?
Oh, I crave thee in conception in my womb, and seek thee thus to better take thy seed.
But I, a father poorly made, would be.
Oh, I seek no companion in this, babe. I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. I'll live unmarried and unbothered. Our comedy ends not with marriage bed.
Then thou wouldst have a child of bastard blood, and without a father, as thou thyself might well wish to have no father? But now I think upon thy father, and lo, new stuff breaks forth to light. My whole thinking upon this case hath been most heightened. Quickly, away, I must, Sir Walter. I wait upon the coming of Sir Walter so that we may charge Lebowski in the content of this case and right these monstrous wrongs ere even song. Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?
Be still. I heard that person not. 'Tis I, the brother Chambers, Irish monk. A man divine, I have seen me work. A stalking spy for private clientele. A Erik, a man who's seeking fortifying.
That's well, but keep thee from my lady friend.
I never tempted her with word too hard. I knew her not thy special lady fair.
She's not my special lady fair, but my lady friend. I helped her swell her womb. Who sent thee? Are you of Lebowski State, or Jacques Treehorn, or some goblin dad?
I travel in the charge of sons and knights. I job of wandering daughters from the north. The lady Bonnie is falsely Bonnie bred. She is named Fawn, of Moorhead born, and her parents nurse her back with broken hearts. The past 12 months she had fed the family farm and to shelter paintings of the land.
The lady's love for paint is plain to see, but she hath seen Carl Hungus, and is unlike to exchange for pastoral life.
Oh, lack of the day, all fetters, damsel lost, 'tis a false steward who is still a master's daughter. Mayhaps we our soon resources pool, exchange our facts and noble courtesy, friendship and professionality.
Nay, for thou art none the finer man. Away, sirrah, my right approacheth nigh, and keep thee away from my special lady fair, or lady friend as I would have it written.
Thy messenger decreed emergency, and so I broke my vows of Sabbath pure, for this be the day of resting for gentle Jews. Now state thy purpose, knave.
A game's afoot. We must charge Lebowski in the content of this case, and when we first botched his bargain with the villain's vial, he yelled. Although he yelled, he never put any harm upon our heads or rendered my weak body punished.
Mayhaps the gentle soul's catharsis lie in shouting at thee.
Nay, a game's afoot. Lebowski knows I'm a fool. I do agree. But wherefore would he seek me to save his wife? Methinks that he despises Lady Fair and sought to profit from her loss, and in his sinning make a show. I'll tell you this. He gave us no true gold, nor jewels, nor treasure of any accord that night, nor has he made any effort to have of him the hall of him I stole. Methinks that the money that was lost was never thus, but weight like laundry's thine. Our ringer was a ringer for the same, and odious Lebowski's rotten game.
O double falsehood of distressed lovers. I mark thee, knave, and pay tribute to thy wits, but still must query quick to the nature of this crime which leads me from my doors on Sabbath eve.
Sir Walter, prithee cease. Thou art no Jew. A Papist born in Poland was thy line.
I converted ere I wed the Lady Cynthia, thou knowest.
That was past. 'Tis 12 months across the sky since thou and Lady Cynthia were wed.
'Tis true, in oath and court of law I had made a divorce betwixt Cynthia and myself, but doth equivocation turn a heart? Does the Christian turn Hebrew, knave? May I no more of libraries borrow, nor push my cart? No, I remain the self-same man.
Thy sickness for fair Cynthia is sad. Thou carest for her cur, thou art not wed, and still her synagogue thou dost attend. Thou livest in the most accursed past.
Forsooth, 3,000 years of history and traditions beautiful, from Moses to Sanford of Koufax, thou speakest damn truth. I live in bygone past. But the big Lebowski awaits, and fate rewards no man who hesitates.
Hark, here's Bonnie singing brave and converting all of her songs of woe into Hey Nonny Nonny. Hark.
Long live the meadows, let us have a song. For when I came to Lebowski estate, the hey-ho, the fountain doth rain. I used my car to batter the gate, for the knave abideth every day. And when I came alas to wive, with the hey-ho, the fountain doth rain, by swaggering do I every thrive, for the knave abideth every day.
Thine eyes deceive thee not, the lady lives. What is lost is found. She went to see the palmer of the springs and told no man she would go away. I pray you do not bother my lord, for he is angry. Prithee, knave, who is this?
Oh, I will tell thee who I am, a veteran I, a soldier of the honor-giving field of mire and muck and fence. We will have thy lord.
Beshrew me that my door be darkened thus by this foul cheat that found me not my bride.
Whither the money, Lebowski?
1,000 pounds from young achievers robbed. Thou art a most rude and vilest villain, coward cursed, a most notable coward of no quality, whose tongue outvenoms all worms of the Nile. Thou art as loathsome as a toad. Thou vice, a bolting hutch of beastliness, thou might, thou plague-grained guts, thou naughty-pated fool!
Ye have your history, and I have mine. I say that ye have stolen my 1,000 pounds.
Oh, wound! We would not dream to fill Zywell.
Thou art a villain, human paraquat. Thou thought thy wife vanished and thought it well. Then thou had met me and thought my metal right to use as thy pawn. a man of no repute, who circles not amidst men of good square, who thou couldst use to shuffle some gold about.
Well, art thou not a man of no regard? A greasy towel husk of failed flesh?
Perchance.
Knave, tush, let us speak of him instead. A most notable and endless liar. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. I have seen my share of spines of damage, Knave. This sinner stands to walk most capably. Upon thy feet, if thou be man!
Step back, Savvy. I say, privy, stay back.
Find your legs! Woo! Find your legs, stand! Walk if ye be men!
Oh, he hath fallen.
I might have sworn he had his sea legs, Knave.
Thou art a fool, and of thee I despair. Come, we must away. Let's help him to his chair.
No doubt, we'll see some armored conflict fare unto the morning's war. But fighting in the arid desert be a different beast from the skirmishes I experienced in jungle's canopy. That be combat, by Jove, whereas this thing shall be as cake, and warm within. I had no heavy horse. 'Twas I, my bow and quiver set. I and good Sir Charles, eye to eye and face to face opposed. The man in black, an adversary worthy on the mount.
Really, Walter, who be attired in black?
Hold thy tongue, Sir Donald. I speak of men, not eaters of the fig, in motley clad, affirming to ride bareback and reverse. These men be none of worth, and I'll have none.
Thou dunce! Thou varlet! What's this there rust? To ball the Sabbath matters not to me, and fools me not may deceive the leadsman, but not a woman born fools Joshua! Thy games are fit for children's spoils, and laughable. Ha ha! My act is but delayed, for if I cannot have my way with thee Saturday, I will surely have my way with thee midweek. Think well on it!
Upon my life, he cracks.
Think not on him till Wednesday. Our worries stretched a higher fruit than he. The nihilist had brought Greek fire to our quiet lot and approached our green as the yellow moon doth shine upon the fiery husk of my car. It has finally been done. They have finally made my car to shuffle off its mortal coil.
Money buys lands, Lebowski, and wives are killed by fate. These shall be poisonous and killed by forlorn queen.
You never had the accursed girl, you ninnies. You never had so comely a maid.
Be these tyrants, Sir Walter?
Nay, Donald, nihilists they be. None to fear, and few of any sort.
We shall take the money in any case, else we visit much grievous damage upon thy persons.
Nay, thou hast no hostage to avenge. There is no ransom that we shall pay. We'll obey not who knows ransom's rules, ye cabbage-fed foul sons of ugly curs.
Verily did his consul give her toe in hopes of seeking gold 1,000-fold.
'Tis foul. 'Tis not fair, but foul.
And wherefore fair when ye be nihilists? Where be the nihilist who cries for fair? Thy dispute is of infants, weeping woes, full of sound and fury, spoken as an idiot, believing nothing.
Walter, prithee cease. Good nihilist, the money never was. Yon Lebowski big gave us empty wares. Take your like quarrel up his lordship's way.
And I would request my breeches be returned ere we part.
In sooth, I fear they'll hurt us ere we fly.
Nay, Sir Donald, nihilists they be, and amateurs.
'Tis well, we shall take but minor gold ye have upon ye in doublets mine. And all's well that ends well?
Fie on thee! What's mine is ever mine.
Nay, let's end cheaply. Good nihilist, 4 sixpence I hold.
18 further in my saddlebag.
Anon, the gold all shall be set on thee.
Lay on if ye be nihilist, and cursed be he who 9-toed woman kissed.
I perk thee!
We bleed on both sides! Have at you now!
Oh, my heart!
I perk thee!
Ever thus the haters of Judah!
Oh, I am slain!
Men down! Walter, they have shot him thus!
Not so, knave. No shot ever arrow left. His heart is daunted. His heart is weak. Here Hear how dying Sir Donald doth groan.
Oh, I die, Lebowski. The potent fervor quieter crows my spirit. You have my dying voice. The rest is silence.
As our friend passes, we mourn for thee. Oh, could this morning end our misery.
I'm in every scene. I don't leave the stage not even once.
I greet ye, and ye are the men bereaved. I mark you well to escort the late friend, the remains of your late friend to fields of Elizabeth. Look to the urn, let us settle now the field.
The urn is well, but we requested not. We seek to send the ashes scattershot.
'Twas said, but the ashes must be given ye in a receptacle of quality. 'Tis coroner's quest law. Will it suffice? For this receptacle be humbly priced.
Might man of modest means who need thine urn borrow it until our return?
Our mourning has vanquished not our powers. We are not saplings in these weak and tragic hours. Come, knave, to market we shall send. A jar we will buy to honor fallen friends. Words, words, words I shall speak. A glooming peace this morning with it brings the sun, who for sorrow will not show his head. We come here to have talk of these things, and of Donald, who we love, and who bold. Donald was a virtuous man, and a bowler, straight and true. He was of our sort, a man who loved the woods, free from the peril of the envious court, and yea, he bowled. One to make the waves his chariot, he knew the pebbles of the hungry beach, and yea, he was a bowler most avid. And now he has been lain to rest, and may never be old. Donald has perished, as did so many of his generation ere his time. In thou wisdom, Lord, thou didst take him, as thou took so many bright flowering young men in the darkest jungles of the East Orient. Those young men gave their lives, as did Donald. Donald, who loved to play at ninepins. And so, Sir Donald of the Kingdom Karabatos, in fairest accordance with what your last wishes may well have been, we commit your final mortal remains to the deep bosom of the ocean buried, which you loved so well. A peaceful progress to the ocean now crafts a bowler's heart. Good night, sweet prince. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
But soft, the sorrow's wind hath strewn the ash and covered me in that which we came to spill.
Alack, blown winds and cracked cheeks, ragged, blown.
Thou art an ass, a stupefying ass.
Apologies.
Thy statement, man. What is stuff on jungle war? What signifies thy foreign conflict here? What signifies thy deadly standing speech?
Knave,
I'll have no more. Thou art a raging fool.
I stand before thee, tainted with remorse, and beseech thy mercy. Pox upon it, knave. Let us play at ninepins.
Two ales of oat brew, hostess fair.
Anon, 'tis sad to hear the passing of Sir Donald. Return to celebrate on the morrow.
I give thee thanks, and 'tis well. Sometimes thou exits in pursuit of the bear, and sometimes the bear doth pursue thee. But here's the man with whom I had these words. I wondered if I would cross thy path again, stranger.
I dare not miss the semi-final games. How fares the knave?
Thou knowest, strikes and gutters, ups and downs.
Married. Be of ease, O knave. I know thou wilt.
Thou knowest. The knave abideth.
The knave abideth. I dare not speak for thee, but that maketh me to be of good ease, knowing he's out there, taking it easy for we sinners. I hope he proveth well in the tourney. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, all wrapped up in a idle theme, a noble and purdy stored dream. Made me laugh to overtake the band. Parts in sooth, and others less so stand. I did not like to see Donald go. But then a fellow is wise to know on the ways of little Lebowski, perpetuating the human comedy across the sands of times down through the generations. I ramble yet, and so must take my leave. If we be friends, I'll catch ye down the trail, and we shall share a sarsaparilla ale. For there never was a tale of more glee than that of Joffrey and the big Lebowski.
Now, the first night I didn't introduce the cast, but I'm not going to make that mistake again. Let's go down in order like I did last time. Playing all the villains of the piece. Thank God I did it now and not earlier, right? Playing all the villains of the piece. Scott Fox as the Big Lebowski, the Nihilist, and Jock Treehorn. Shalena Taylor as Bonnie and Mistress Quickly. Judy as Joshua Quince or the Jesus. And Knox Harrington and the clown. The clown at the end, yes. Of course, Charley McMullen as Sir Walter. Our wonderful professional actor, Krysten Pound, who played Maude, and Blanche, one of the Treehorn guys, yeah. And the ever malleable Will Wininger as the Stranger, as Sir Donald, and Brandt. I'm the Knave in nature as a name.
Erik Allgood, everybody.
Erik Allgood! And of course, the wonderful Spencer Geno as everybody else. All right, thank you all for coming. I'm this much.
I don't care. I'm keeping the hat.
You gotta do that Woody cosplay. All right, anyway, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all for coming. If you showed up a few minutes late and didn't pay, please do so. This was a labor of love. We're not rich.
Clearly not by these costumes.
We only bought the finest wigs. And thank you all so much for coming. We might do the show again. We haven't decided yet. But thank you all so much for coming. And I hope you all have a good night. I need to go ahead and tell you all that in 15 to 20 minutes, there's going to be karaoke here. And it's a really good time. We're all going to be staying here and doing karaoke in costume. So if you all want something to do, stick around. All right, you all have a good night. Thank you so much.